Okay, it is recording. All right, awesome. Thanks for your help. Okay, everyone, thanks for joining the call. Thanks for joining VC today. We're just doing some quick updates at the end of the week. There's been quite a bit that we've been working on the back end. No real big announcements or special announcements, I guess, today in terms of specific launches within the next few days. Obviously, except for the private beta, the closed private beta that we're going to do for KD Arena, which is pretty exciting. It's got an overwhelming response, but we're going to talk about it a bit later. I'm just going to give you guys a sort of general overview of basically what we've been up to. Are you guys able to see the deck as well? Should be okay, right?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to talk about all things Jedstar, Silvervolt, and obviously KD Arena. So now we'll just straight away jump into it. So as you guys know, in terms of Jedstar, there's quite a lot of work that we're doing on right now. A lot of smart contracts, a lot of dev work, a lot of things that we're doing on the Star staking platform, as well on Silvervolt, as well as on Agora, and some interesting developments on the Stardom side as well. So as you guys know, we're actually working on these 4 staking programs, which is the Warp Draw, the Galactic Raffle, BetForge, and in partnership with the Skill Gaming team, the Liquidity Rewards program. We have not started yet on the Liquidity Rewards program, as the Skill Gaming team is still testing on their side their own version. We're going to work on that a bit later. I think in the next few weeks, we're going to start on that. Warp Forge, Galactic Level, and Warp Draw, Galactic Raffle, and BetForge. Those are quite a mouthful. The smart contracts are pretty much ready. We are looking at upgrading the Star staking platform and working on the UI UX right now. I mean, these are the same updates we've had for the last few weeks, but pretty much it's having a whole easy journey and experience for users, and especially for staking programs that are a bit more, I would say, complicated. We need to make that sort of user journey as simple as possible. We've got the details of all these different staking programs on our white paper, so you can check it out. So it's whitepaper.jedstar.com. But it's I'm pretty excited about it. For me specifically, BetForge and Galactic Raffle, because especially we will be able to sort of for Galactic Raffle, we'll be able to earn NFTs outside of the Jedstar ecosystem as well. So that's pretty exciting. Some of you guys on the sort of private access for our card game, Jedstar Hold'em, that's on Silvervolt. That's pretty. It's been pretty good feedback so far. Everything's moving smoothly. So we're just working on some small little details, like one of those being the music. Which I agree is kind of painful currently right now, but we're making all those little small changes. As you guys know, there's the lottery as well. One thing that's really awesome that's going to come out as well as the roulette. One thing about the roulette is like right now we're also defining all the little prizes. So the prizes are not only sort of digital assets, but you'll also start seeing you'll be able to win some awesome crypto or gaming related prizes as well. And we're talking about like hardware prizes. So that's pretty cool. One thing that's in the pipeline as well that we're working as well on is both the Play Store and Apple Store app for Silvervolt. So watch out for the announcements then. We are targeting all of this to be sort of complete by end of August, compete out in public, etc. and all that. One of the things for both the staking programs and actually for all that we're going to talk about later that's Jedstar and Silvervolt related, all of them will be sort of integrated in some ways or another within the KD Arena platform. So that means all the players that we get there playing all the gaming tournaments, etc., and all that, they'll have access to DeFi, but they'll also have access to all our casino games, as well as being able to win digital assets, etc., and all that. So that's going to be pretty exciting, having like sort of one platform to hold it all. That's going to be pretty fun. As you all know, we're working on major upgrades to Agora. Pretty much the integration to Polygon is pretty much ready, but we just wanted to put pause on it and not launch it yet because we didn't want you guys to start buying now until we've put out the selling function. But also as we put up the PFPs as well. The PFPs are pretty interesting and pretty cute. We've got quite a few partners coming on board. I think it's close to 30 right now. Obviously, they're going to come sort of incrementally. We're not going to put all 30 in one shot. We're going to launch each and every one of them individually. And some of them are actually going to be launched for the first time on Agora itself. So we're going to have a sort of INO launchpad where they will be basically sort of ICO, but for NFTs, where they'll be launching their NFTs, their gaming NFTs for the first time on Agora. One thing that we're working on as well is that's pretty interesting because Agora, just like the other sort of platforms, they're going to be integrated within KD Arena itself. So we want, when we were working on the whole trading aspect on KD Arena, the fact that you can win Web2 digital assets, so like Mobile Legend Diamonds, Valorant credits, etc., and all that on Silvervolt. We wanted also to be able for them to be able to trade those assets, not only the ones that they win, but also the ones that they own. Obviously, on day one, we can't have all Web2 gaming assets because there are some there's some issues there. But we are looking at a way to basically tokenize Web2 digital assets to make them sort of Web 2.5 or Web 3, so that they actually be able to trade their Web 2 skins or credits or tokens, etc., and all that. So that's a pretty cool aspect for it. And I think that's something that our Web 2 gamers would really appreciate, especially those who have a lot of skins that they might not use anymore or on games that they don't play anymore. There's opportunity for them to monetize them. So that's pretty exciting. One thing that's exciting as well, I think Skill Team should be finished like this week or mid next week, is the testing of the mobile app for Stardom. It's going to be out on the Play Store first. So they've already started testing with current cred on mainnet. And I think everything went well. So now it's just getting it out on the Play Store first, and then on the Apple Store. So it's going to be pretty cool to be able to play Stardom on your mobile phone. And that's pretty much it. When I say pretty much it, it's really actually quite a lot. Obviously the team is spread thin. That's why all of us are pretty quiet, especially myself, because not only am I working and trying my best to support the team in terms of the development there, but also working a lot with KD Arena in terms of not just from the dev point, but also from sort of partnership and commercialization point. One thing that's pretty exciting is to having all of those things sort of integrated within KD Arena itself. So that's pretty fun. So KD Arena, we've talked about it quite a bit. I think you guys know it's going to be a gaming and tournament platform. It's going to be obviously a marketplace, a digital asset marketplace, both Web 2 and Web 3. One thing that we sort of, another layer that we're adding to it is that it's going to be also a social network and a social platform. So a bit like, your social media platform, like a mix of Facebook and Telegram. One of the reasons why we integrated that layer was because when we realized once you start having a platform where people look for players, start engaging within each other to sort of, join teams to participate in tournament, but also trading on the marketplace, they'll need a way for them to sort of communicate some sort of another. So we've started with the idea of being able to message each other, but it's sort of growing into a social media platform itself, where not only you're able to communicate with each other, but you're also able to post to the wider community of KD Arena, engage with them, etc., and all that. So that's a very fun and interesting aspect of it that I'm going to touch a bit more later. Just to remind you guys sort of what basically KD Arena is. So it's tournament platform. I think one of the fun part that's always underrated is the leadership board, which is you're able to flex your skill, flex your winnings. For us, it's also an opportunity to sort of have social proof that people who are joining the platform are actually able to monetize the time that they spend gaming. That's one. Two, with the tokenomics that we have for KD Arena, which is part of like people are able to own esports teams, etc., and all that. It will be a very interesting place for them to usually go, so that they can always sort of scout players to ask them like, hey, do you want to join our team? I own this team. We can do some trials, etc., and all that. So that's I think the leadership board is one of the most one of the most simplest pages, but also one of the most exciting ones. And obviously, there's going to be the marketplace where they're going to be able to purchase and also trade Web 2 and Web 3 assets. Now, this is the interesting part that comes out. We will be partnering with a team that we'll be announcing soon. They're actually doing a hackathon right now in Dubai. So once they're back and we finish up the paperwork, we're gonna sort of make all these announcements. Is we're gonna build a social layer to it, and we're also gonna reward we're gonna enable the gamers on KD Arena to sort of monetize their time on KD Arena. And when we say monetize their time is basically engaging with other players, creating posts, etc., and all that. But we're also pretty aware of data security issues or exposing too much data outside, because one thing that has always been sort of what we've sort of promoted with blockchain is transparency. But when it comes to making purchases, winning digital assets, and communicating with people, I think we should add a very important layer of data privacy. We don't want everybody to know, the best player on KD Arena, what his wallet is. We want to keep all of those sort of private, just to sort of protect them. So there's technology out there, zero knowledge protocols, or ZK in short, that would sort of enable us to do so. One thing that's pretty cool is all their data is sort of protected and powered by Web3, but it's totally seamless on their end. They don't see the whole blockchain technology. We're also going to be using, together with ZK protocol, we're also going to be using a gasless sort of chain technology as well. And we're going to be multi-chain as well. So obviously, you guys know we're on Polygon. We're also going to be on Shibarium. Testnets have already been done. I just need to find some time to engage with the Shibarium team so that we talk about the next steps. But on top of Shibarium, we're also talking to there's quite a few other networks they've sort of existed for, even before, like since 2016, 2017, even before the recent bull run, who have been sort of, I won't say struggle, but having challenges to getting adoption from gamers. A lot of them, layer ones, have been approaching me as I was talking about KD Arena and the community of gamers that we have, and how these gamers are sort of Web3 ready the moment they sign up with KD Arena. They're pretty much interested to sort of grow their network. So a lot of layer one companies are sort of approaching and wanting to have us on their chain as well. To me, there's a few advantages on that. More chains we are, the better it is in some ways or another, even though those chains are less popular than Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, etc., and all that. But obviously, it all comes as a mutually beneficial partnership. So a lot of these layer ones would be able to sponsor a lot of our tournaments, our buyback and burns in terms of our tokens, etc., and all that. So it's a lot of ways that's going to benefit us in the long run. Obviously, when you see all this, it's pretty exciting, and we've been, you guys noticed the past few months, well, nearly a year, we've been keeping a really low profile in terms of how we are engaging from social media and what we are announcing. But we're pretty excited for the next half of the year, because once KD Arena is launched, once we have adoption and traction coming in, once people start to see the transaction, not just with our tokens, but also how we can sort of really bring numbers to sort of aging networks, I think people will start really to see the value of Jedstar Gaming and KD Arena and start really seeing and getting interested in what we're doing. So I'm pretty excited about that. Just to sort of give you an overview of what we have. So we've reached about, actually the numbers have sort of increased since this as well. We are like 2.3 active followers on our various Facebook accounts. We've got 100K plus on Telegram, etc., and all that. YouTube and TikTok are pretty new, so it's sort of slower. TikTok is much easier to sort of grow, but YouTube obviously is a bit slower, but we are focused on the next few months start growing there. We've targeted, actually, I keep making this mistake. We've targeted 2,000 gamers for our closed beta registration. We achieved that within literally a few hours. We've got 30 over K registered emails that are showing interest to be part of the closed beta. But because it's a small beta, so we're sort of keeping it small. One, to be able to test the platform. Two, it's also handling what our servers can handle right now. You guys, some of you guys are already on some of our socials. You guys pretty much know it's super engaging on them, so it's pretty exciting to see how excited they are. I know recently we've been, so you guys know the whole hello thing, obviously the killer whales. I saw some posts of like, why shouldn't we ask the gamers to sort of participate? Right now it's a sort of one-way street in a sense where one of the reasons why we grew really fast was because we focused on growing the communities, on basically going into the communities and making them part of KD Arena, but sort of maintaining what their passion is, whether it's Mobile Legends, PUBG, or other games that we're looking into. We're going to Valorant right now really soon, and as well as World of Warcraft, to just have all the various different genres. But we didn't really want to push them the whole Web3 narrative, Jedstar narrative, or KD Arena narrative yet until we have an actual real product for them to test and try and enjoy. Because we know gamers, just like crypto community members, can be very aggressive or negative. So we want to come up with something really good, especially after the private beta. Let them enjoy it. Once we get a positive feedback, then we slowly start really integrating within our own crypto community. But I think it requires baby steps so that we don't lose these followers. Right now, we're just focused on growing, helping them grow and engaging with them. And slowly we will be getting them into our whole Jedstar gaming community as a whole as well. This is just something on the side I've put on here. I believe I've already talked about community as a service before, but I just want to highlight it here so that we have an opportunity for brands, but also Web3 games and Web3 projects to sort of help them engage with our community as well, especially after our launch. What we are doing with KD Arena, and I'll share with you guys a bit more details. We are going to have a sort of, we'll be looking for people from the community members or even from outside the community to take part of like a sort of, I would say, help us sort of sell this community or service that we have for revenue share. So there's various different packages for all those who are looking to generate some side income and who are really embedded in some Web3 game communities or Web3 game projects. I'll share more details later, but you can sort of DM me. I can give you guys a sort of sales kit that you guys can start pitching to other projects and games who want to sort of increase their daily average users or just their community, or maybe they're launching their beta or they're having their ICO and they want to have more sort of visibility towards other communities. There's opportunity for us to be able to sell our community as a service. I can do it myself alone, and our team is pretty much busy with development work, so we sort of need external help there. And obviously, there'll be compensation for everybody that will be helping us. It's actually a pretty generous compensation. So I'll share some details later, but any of you guys who are already interested and who are on the call, you can already start messaging me, and I can share with you guys straight away. Just in terms of future developments, and these are like exciting ones because so these are the ones that I'm doing personally myself with some other sort of enthusiasts in the whole AI and gaming field as well. We're all working together to see how we can really sort of leverage AI to sort of improve the experience of gaming. So pretty interestingly, and Aslan, we were talking about earlier today, I played for the first time Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 has this option where you can choose commentary on. So I don't think it's AI, I think it's just algorithms or machine learning at the back end sort of. But as the match goes, we have a commentator who's actually pretty excited and commenting through the match, which gives a really pretty interesting experience versus when you're just playing a solo player versus the computer, having someone excitingly comment your match. That's one of the things that we're sort of doing with AI right now, sort of teaching them various different games, having them understand what makes the game exciting, who loses, who wins, etc., and all that, so that they sort of are able to comment the match through AI VTubers that we are building, which is pretty interesting because I think VTubers are really part of the future of content creation, because there's One, there's a lot of diversity and inclusiveness in it because you can really cater to all sort of tastes over there in terms of like what kind of streamer or influencer you relate to. So I think that's pretty interesting, like how we can sort of grow our little army there. But obviously one thing that's really going to be pretty interesting, whether it's for a team owner, but even whether it's from a esports betting kind of perspective, is data and analytics and performance prediction. So that's going to be pretty fun. And obviously, there's the whole other thing that's going to really help us in terms of content generation, and especially personalized content generation. Once our community members on our social platform on KD Arena is to be able to sort of help them generate match content or gaming content that is personalized to the community member itself. So there's really a lot of things that we can do there, and it's really, really interesting. Every day it's pretty scary sometimes how good it can be. Obviously, it could be really bad, terrible as well. But it's pretty interesting, the space, the whole AI space, and what it can bring to gaming. Now I'm sort of ending right now. Pretty much, this is just some upcoming news. There's going to be one of the largest esports event that's going to be in Singapore. It's called ESI Singapore. ESI is a British company, and they have esports events. The main one, it's in London because they're headquartered there. But the main one in Southeast Asia is in Singapore. So they're coming to Singapore in July. So I'll be one of their keynote speakers. It's not been announced yet on their website. My face will be there soon. I've just signed a form. One thing that's interesting for this event itself specifically, it's I'll be a keynote speaker speaking specifically only about Jedstar Gaming and KD Arena. I've got about like a 30-minute slot, and it's going to be to the wider gaming community. And when we talk about gaming community, we're not talking about gamers, we're talking about brands. So basically the Razors of the world, Secret Lab, etc., and all that. So there's really a lot of opportunity. Also game developers like Ubisoft, Moonton, Blizzard. So there's not only opportunity to put ourselves up front there in front of other games, but also in front of other brands who sort of want to really tap into our community and advertise there. And obviously we are launching KD Arena after the private beta. We're going to see the results. We'll be launching KD Arena, and we'll be working with some media partners there and also esports team to sort of really grow our market and combine. Just within the esports space itself, we're talking about a community of over 100 million people in 100 million community members within Southeast Asia itself. So that's a lot of people, and we're pretty excited to sort of be able to put Jedstar and KD Arena in front of them. And then finally, we've got a whole pipeline. It's grown to 50 plus, about 30 plus have been confirmed. 20 other more, we're just finalizing the paperwork. I put Mobaverse up front because they're the most exciting one and most recent one I've spoken to. And we're going to announce it soon. And Genesis Mint is going to be one of the NFTs there. Basically, they built a MOBA game. So MOBA is MOBA. Basically, it's games like League of Legends, Dota, or Mobile Legends. And you can actually have your NFTs become one of the game characters. So I've already just submitted to them the Genesis Mint, the characters in the Genesis Mint. So it's going to be pretty exciting to be able to see our characters from Genesis Mint, whether it's Jed, Karak, Alistar, to be part of the game and playing them and fighting as a team and fighting against other players. So that's pretty exciting as well. Mobaverse, they're young, but up and coming and huge. They're like invested by Animoca, backed by Animoca, and a few other big names in the Web3 gaming space. So that's going to be pretty interesting there. Well, for once I'm on time. It's exactly 10:30. I want to keep this to like a short 30 minutes. So there's room for some questions coming up, whether on the developments that we are having right now, or if there's something maybe that I've sort of missed out that you guys want to hear about, you can bring it up as well. Or we can just ask of anything about KD Arena and what we are doing in the future. So I'll just open up the floor to you guys. I'll also check the chat to see if there's any questions there.
Feel free to message the chat, guys, for all those of you that are just listening in.
Yes.
Just a quick question from my side on the NFT selling portion for Agora. Like if there is already an existing collection on OpenSea that any of the projects might have, will they still be able to list their collection over here in Agora? And how does it, would it be a simple mechanism of just giving the contract address so that it pulls the data which is already available on OpenSea, or will it be a separate pricing system that we need to maintain with Agora specifically?
I know one thing that's one thing that's good about OpenSea, it gives you open access to the chain. So basically, all we need to do is to get the data from OpenSea. So the price that's going to be on Agora, basically, and we will have the same thing, right? The whole bidding, looking at the bid or buy, will be exactly the same and will be updated together on OpenSea as well. If somebody bids on Agora, it's going to be updated on OpenSea as well if the prices goes up. I hope I answer your question there.
Yep, that answer.
Awesome. Anything else you guys excited about? I'm pretty excited about the results for killer whales. I don't know about you guys. Very interesting.
You need to get a new haircut now for the LA version.
Oh yeah, for sure. and a whole bunch of new merch, KD Arena and Jedstar merch, giving away T-shirts there.
Right.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it for us. As always, we really thank you guys for always being patient and always being supportive. It was really exciting when you were looking at the Hello website and seeing the numbers jumping so high and so fast, and I was like, these guys are just crazy. But it's super exciting. So it's always this is really what helps us, and the team really always like sort of go forward and really try to do our best every time. It's really you guys always being there for us, and we always try our best to be there for you guys and always having all the best outcome. It has been really a long ride. Can you guys imagine? It's nearly 2 years we've been talking to each other right now that we've been building this. A lot of sweat and blood went into it, especially during the bear market. But from my personal experience, as you guys know, this is like my third cycle. This is actually pretty normal, and I believe it's only really better sort of times ahead for us. So this is really the time for us to just heads down, do our best. Obviously, we adapted along the way. We've tried some things, we've changed some things, and I think this was really a good opportunity for us to really find ourselves and really find what we're building during this bear market and within our community, to finding what's really right or what's really wrong. But I think we are right now towards the right direction, especially when people will start seeing the huge adoption of our next platform. If there's no more questions, I'll check the chat one last time. If there's no more questions, I can just sort of end it here and then start enjoying my Friday evening. But as always, if you guys have any questions after this, you can just message the chat as well. Obviously, you can DM me as well, but I will apologize in advance. I'm pretty slow in terms of responding to DMs because I literally receive a huge list and I missed out quite a bit every day. 99% of them from scammers, but yeah. But yeah, it's been pretty exciting. We're really excited for closed beta. Really want to thank you guys, the community, but also obviously our team as well. They've been really working hard on the back end, and especially during this bear market where it's really not easy for. It's not just us, right? It's a lot of projects. We see projects literally dying or disappearing every day. So it's really tough times. But we believe in the dream. We are confident in what we're building, and we are not stopping. And we're looking forward to what's happening for us in the future. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. Yeah.
Josh, a quick question, I think, on the chat. Any tentative timeline on when we'll be able to go ahead and trade the NFTs on Agora?
So what we want to do, we thought the best way to sort of, so in terms of the updates for, I might not have been clear about this, for both the staking as well as Agora. So we want to make a sort of unified ecosystem on KD Arena where there's DeFi and there's a marketplace and there's a social platform. Social platform will obviously come a bit later because Star Staking and Agora are pretty much ready. So we're looking to launching everything sort of one shot, because especially when we're working with Web2 gamers who are trying something new with Web3, we want everything that comes out be sort of ready for them, ready for mass adoption by people who are not necessarily Web3 savvy people. So we're targeting, after the closed beta, we'll see when the public launch will be out. But I suspect the public launch will be out within 30 days. And we will slowly be rolling basically the upgraded version of Agora, as well as certain aspects of Silver Vault, Stardome, and Star Staking. So the short answer is from end of July onwards. And when Z, we are keeping it in our back pocket, and just making the suspense last longer for Laurent. So the beta for PFPs and the new staking will be at that time, if I answer that question. Thanks, Aslan. I was looking at the wrong chat. I was looking at the lounge.
Happens.
Okay. Awesome.
Matt is so busy playing Diablo, he has missed the VC.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Didn't have the time to shave. It was. it's not a new look. It's just I've been busy. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, everyone. So this call will be recorded. Obviously, we'll be able to share it. As you guys have seen, we've started to become much more active on Twitter. I'll try my best to be more active there as well. Actually, I've been myself just personally active on LinkedIn because I've been having a lot of conversations with many brands and companies from a commercial perspective, but also talking to all other bigger Web3 names. So it's always good to sort of have some sort of social media presence there so that they sort of can refer back and see who this Josh Gier is. And Twitter is a lot of degen noise that consumes me, so I can only focus on one social media at a time. Sadly, I can't multitask my social media. And merch, we are actually looking with that. We are looking at having together with that Agora. I mean, it's a very good point. I forgot to bring this up. Together with Agora, you'll be able to purchase digital assets, but obviously merch. So merch not just from KD Arena, but merch from esports team, because we'll be having some esports team sort of be part of our launch as well. So they will be playing with normal players, their favorite games, and they will be also selling their merch on our platform. And then obviously we will have our stuff as well. So that's going to be pretty exciting. All right, awesome. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great weekend. And as always, see you on Telegram or on the socials. Cheers, guys, and have a good weekend.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
See you guys.